Hi, welcome to Carolina Cooking. I'm your host, Tom Zelenka, novice in the kitchen myself, maybe like you. And today we are making something I've eaten a lot of, but I've never made in my entire life. We're making Asian dumplings, and we're gonna have a lot of help. Keep watching. If I can do it, you can too.
The worst cook on TV. And the best chefs in the Carolinas.
Not to worry, we're trained professionals.
If you can learn a lot from your mistakes, you'll learn the most from Carolina Cooking.
And a shrimp.
If Tom can do it,
Looks delicious.
so can you.
Now that's Carolina Cooking. Wow, this is incredible. We have excellent help for us today to teach us how to make dumplings, all the way from Chapel Hill, North Carolina, from Jujubee. It's Chef Charlie Deal. Charlie, I appreciate you coming out.
How you doing, Tom?
I'm very excited about cooking Asian food because I love to eat it, but it seems like it overwhelms me. It seems like it's too hard, and so I completely avoid it. So I'm very excited about this. We have, what kind of dumplings here?
Well, in front here we have pork and shrimp dumplings, also known as pork shumai. And this is just a little bit of quick pickled cucumbers.
Okay.
And these are some pan-fried pork and cabbage dumplings, and they are a lot easier than you might think.
Very excited about those. That's what I try to order every time I go to a restaurant. I love the dumplings and the egg rolls and the everything else, pretty much everything else. Yeah, there's not really anything on the menu that I don't like. So how do you start making dumplings? What's the first thing that you need to do? If you could set that aside and we'll clear off our board for me.
We're gonna start with the filling.
Okay.
Obviously, great place to start. And these are the three main ingredients in the pork and shrimp dumplings.
Those are mushrooms up front.
Shiitake mushrooms that we've soaked a little bit to make pliable.
Okay. These are shiitake. These are what I could actually get in the store if I went.
Indeed, and you could buy fresh ones or dried ones and reconstitute them. Either way, whatever works for you.
Okay, all right.
And the only part we don't want is the stem. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and cut that off. Now you can do the rest.
Cut off the stem. Ooh, fun. Yeah. All right. This part right here.
Just that.
All right.
We're just gonna need about 3 or 4. So here's the 4th one right here for you.
Oh.
Now what you want to do is just cut them into slivers. It might be best to work one at a time.
All right. How big of a sliver are you looking for?
Well, we can go back through and chop. That's fine. Perfect.
All right. Slivering them. That's one. There you go. And then this goes with the pork and the shrimp.
Right, now we're going to go back through and chop them back the other way too, just to kind of give them into a nice little coarse dice.
You just kind of want to bang this thing around, you know what I mean?
Kind of do.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure that's not exactly what we are supposed to be doing, huh?
That's right, but coarse is fine. This is just a nice. That should be all right. We're going to put that into our mixing bowl. All of those.
Okay. Now, jujube, what is a jujube?
A jujube is a Chinese date. It actually means the food of harmony. It's a date eaten medicinally to calm your nerves, soothe your stomach.
Okay.
Generally make you a happy person.
Oh, I see. And so you consider it to be, you consider it to Asian tapas? Is that what you?
Well, not necessarily. We definitely have lots of small plates and whatnot, but we have full-size entrees as well. It's just I guess, for lack of a better word, an Asian fusion restaurant.
What's next?
What's next? We're going to go ahead and take some of our shrimp, and we want to peel and devein them. I got a nice bowl of water right here for you.
Great. This is the part I always love with shrimp, is the peeling and the...
Peel that away. Get rid of the tail.
No tail?
No tail, no nothing.
And what size shrimp are these, by the way?
These are 16-20, but it really doesn't matter because when we're done with them, they're going to be really, really small.
Oh, so you can get whatever size
you want. And if you want to buy, already deveined, peeled, deveined, that's fine. Now we're going to devein these as well.
Okay.
All right, we're just going to go ahead and slice around the back. This one is actually fine. It's already clean. But you might find that not every one of them is that way.
Ah.
Like that one. Right.
Let me give it a try if I could.
Of course.
So you just go down the back like this, cut into it, and then in here is going to be a vein or not.
Or not.
If you're lucky, the or not. How many of these do we need?
We're going to want let's take about 5 of these.
Ah, there's a gunky one right there.
The water kind of helps if you wanted to sort of dip it in there and rinse it out.
Oh. There we go. Yep. Nope. Nope. Yep.
You're being far too delicate.
Am I?
Yeah, just go ahead and dunk it in there and get it out of there. There you go.
Aha. Alrighty.
And one more.
One more. You can go ahead and do that one, because I know you'll get it done much faster
And
than I
while
will.
I'm doing this, go ahead and start chopping those up coarsely.
Coarse chop. That
We
I
don't
can
want
do.
it we don't want it too fine. We want the shrimp chunks to be present in there as well. If you chop it too finely, it just kind of gets lost in the ground pork, and you don't really get a sense of it.
Now, what was your inspiration for Asian food? Where did you decide that this was going to be the thing that you wanted to focus on?
Well, I'm from the Bay Area in California, which is a very strong Asian population. Great Vietnamese and Chinese. Actually, all Asian cultures are really well represented there. And I just fell in love with the food from a pretty early age. For a while, I was actually a chef in a small restaurant in a ski town in Idaho. And it was an Asian restaurant, and I actually got a trip to go to China, and there it just kind of sunk in.
Bowl?
Bowl. Okay.
How long were you in China for?
About a month and a half.
Now, what meat is this?
This is ground pork.
All right.
All right. And we're going to go ahead and add about that much to there.
That would be about a pound?
Yeah, well, yeah, about a pound.
All right. And I need to just
First, we
squish
need
this
to
all up?
take a little pinch of garlic.
Garlic right up here. Is that good?
Another pinch.
Another pinch. 2 pinches.
Okay.
All right.
Little salt.
Pinch of salt?
Yep.
All right.
Little pinch of sugar.
This is sugar right here?
Yes, it is.
Just granulated
Yep.
sugar?
Plain old white sugar.
Why sugar?
Sugar makes things taste better.
Oh.
We're going to go ahead and put a little sesame oil. Maybe for this batch, probably about a teaspoon. That's good. That's more than a teaspoon. Just going to go ahead and pour a little of that out.
Oh, sorry. So exactly a teaspoon. Very important.
Well, at least not 4. And
I am still learning.
That's
You
fine.
understand?
a little pinch of cornstarch, just going to be about that much right there.
Right, like that?
Yeah, maybe.
All right.
There you go. And then dash of the Shaoxing, which is essentially the rice wine equivalent of sherry, if you will.
Yo Yi brand.
That's it.
That's one
And
dash.
then a couple grinds of pepper.
Couple of grinds.
There you go. Now go ahead and mix that up.
Mix. Now I am cooking for myself in case anybody's concerned. It is my hand, and from my hand it will go into my mouth. So, but we were told this is the best way to actually mix this up. Much better than a spoon, right?
Absolutely. You really want to mix it all, certainly get it all integrated.
All right. And
That's probably good enough. Here, I got a nice little bowl of water for you to rinse your hands off with,
okay.
because you're going to need those hands again here.
Ah, that's nice right there, and a towel to wipe them off with.
Okay. Now you ready to make some dumplings?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, what we're going to do here, these are, now you're going to find there's a number of different thicknesses of dumpling wrappers. And I find that this is a little bit thicker than a wonton, but thinner than a pot sticker wrapper, and that's what we want here.
Where do I get these?
Well, actually, to get really, I like the Twin Marquee brand, and I can only find it at Asian markets. The ones that you can find in large-scale groceries are not so happy with.
All right, so what do we do now? What's
Now
next?
actually, we don't even need that. We're going to go ahead and roll a little meatball size of the filling.
All right,
Place it in there.
little meatball size. Oops, sorry.
That's okay. Okay, and then we're going to just go ahead and put it right in the middle, lift it up,
Okay,
gather it in your hand,
all right.
and then we just want to kind of basically fold pleats into it,
Mm-hmm.
and then tuck all the pleats around in one direction. You can. It's sometimes a little bit easier to put it on the table. Okay, we need a pleat on this side too, don't we, Tom?
Well, mine doesn't quite look like yours.
That's okay.
This
It's the
one's not a
first
good
one.
one.
You've made. No.
Okay. All right. I was
Okay.
trying to get rid of the ovens to get something
No,
better.
that's, you know what? When it cooks, it's almost going to look. Let's just go ahead and.
I'm gonna go with one more meatball here.
We can
Alrighty.
fix that. It can be rebuilt.
All right. It can. It'll be the bionic dumpling.
Bionic dumpling, indeed.
All right. So, hold it in your hand.
Now,
Make pleats,
exactly.
and then make them all go in one
Same
direction.
If
All
you
right.
might find it a little easier to leave, I like to, it also works to do it on the table. Either way, whatever floats your boat. There you go. Oh, that's a nice one. Now, once you have that, you're going to go ahead and put it down, sort of squeeze it, put your thumb on top, sort of squeeze from the top. You're going to kind of squeeze a little waste into it, if you will.
Little waste.
That kind of keeps the dumpling wrapper from falling away from it when it steams.
Alrighty.
And we are ready to steam.
Okay. Well, we'll put these in our steamer over here, and we'll be steaming them up. And then when we come back, we're going to learn how to pan fry some dumplings when Carolina cooking continues. Just put them over here.
You can find the secret recipes of the best chefs in the Carolinas, all in one book, the Carolina Cooking Cookbook. Find the Carolina Cooking Cookbook in Amazon.com and our website, carolinacooking.tv.
Welcome back to Carolina Cooking. I'm here with Chef Charlie Deal from Jujubee in Chapel Hill, North Carolina, and we're making dumplings. And what are we doing with the steamer bottom
We're
part
going to go ahead
here?
and brush the bottom with a little bit of sesame oil so they don't stick, and we put them in there. Here we go. Drop them in.
1 in, 2, 3, 4, all inside.
Lid on top.
Lid on top, and they steam for how long?
About 3 to 4 minutes.
Okay, great, great. So what do we do next? What are you going to teach me now?
Now we're going to make our pan-fried pork and cabbage dumplings.
Excited about this. What's first?
All right, just go ahead and here's your mixing bowl. Put all your pork in there.
About, what, a pound?
Again, about a pound.
All right.
And just put about 2/3 of that cabbage in there.
Is this normal cabbage?
Napa cabbage.
Napa cabbage, all right.
Alrighty. Little chopped garlic, little chopped ginger.
Chopped garlic. Is that enough or a little more?
Maybe a tiny bit more.
Tiny bit
There
more,
you
a little
go.
more garlic.
About the same
And
amount of
this
ginger.
is ginger right here?
Indeed.
All right.
Salt,
Salt,
ground pepper.
ground pepper,
There you go. Little sesame oil.
just a little.
Yeah, just a little.
Tell me when. I don't want to make the mistake I made last time.
That's good.
Okay.
All right, now get in there and mix it up.
Alrighty, with the hands again. There we are. All right.
That should be good.
Good and mixed up. And now the old water to
Water.
remove the gunk from my hands.
Exactly.
And
Now
we're gonna
roll
bet one of
these
the
up.
crew members to drink that later. Huh? Who's no? Sorry, silly.
Okay. Now this shape is called the coxcomb shape, after the rooster and the behind his head.
What's it called again?
Coxcomb. All right, here we're doing.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear it. What's it called again?
All right, so
Sorry.
we're gonna brush the back side of the wrapper.
It looks like the rooster thing.
Exactly.
Cock-a-doodle-doo, kinda.
And this
Gotcha.
is slightly thicker.
Oh, can I get one of
dumpling
those?
wrapper. Yes, you can. Right here for
Oh,
you.
fantastic. And you put a little water on there?
On the back side.
Okay. Water on the backside, a little semicircle,
Yeah, exactly. Half moon,
half moon or semicircle.
whichever floats your
All
boat.
right.
And then a walnut size.
Walnut size.
It's a big walnut. right
Yeah,
there.
that is a big, well, you should see them. The ones I get. I know a guy who grows, he uses Miracle Grow on them. It's beautiful. Let me put a little more back. Okay, right in
Now-
there.
So now go ahead and fold it over.
Huge walnut sized.
And then close.
My walnut was a little big. All right, close it over.
Exactly. Pinch it shut.
Gotcha. Okay.
So all this to the sides it's nice. It doesn't turn into a
Mm-hmm.
half moon. Now what you're going to do is grab it on one side,
Okay.
pinch, move up, pinch again,
Fold
again,
it in, pinch again.
pinch again,
Pinch again.
gather it all up,
Pinch again.
boom.
Boom.
There you go. Flatten that.
Nice, huh?
That's beautiful.
All
Let's
right,
do-
fantastic.
Let's do one more each.
One more each, okay? We should move along. What do we have to do next? We can get those steamed. We can
All
make
right.
a whole bunch in a second.
All right. We're just going to drop them in boiling water.
Okay.
Okay.
Why are we putting them in boiling water?
Well, you can cook them one of two ways. You can either pan fry them and add water to it afterwards, but I think it does a little bit better job, a little bit easier if you go ahead and parboil them first for about a minute or two, and then we're going to go ahead and add them to the pan of frying.
So once they're boiled up here, we put them in the pan up front and
Exactly.
fry them up. Now, are the other dumplings ready?
Yes, they are.
All right. Woohoo! So just pull them out with the tongs
Reach
here.
in there one at a time.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Oops, sorry about that. Oh, they're just not. That one doesn't seem like it's going to survive right there. May have ripped. That one was mine. And what now? Are these all finished?
These are ready to go.
Okay, and what do we do with these?
Just gonna go ahead and drop them right in this pan.
All right. And we let them fry for about how long?
About another 2-3 minutes.
Okay.
What we really want to do is just go ahead and get a nice color on all sides.
Well, we're going to let them fry, and I'm going to talk to Aris Ragazeas and find out which wine he's paired with our dumplings when Carolina Cooking continues.
You can find the secret recipes of the best chefs in the Carolinas, all in one book, the Carolina Cooking Cookbook. Find the Carolina Cooking Cookbook in Amazon.com and our website, carolinacooking.tv.
Welcome back to Carolina Cooking. I'm here with Aris Ragazeas, our Dean of Great Education here
Don't make me
at
blush
Carolina
on
Cooking.
TV now.
Yeah, and I was just actually asking him. You've picked a Shiraz to go with our dumplings, our pork dumplings.
Yeah.
But you also told me that a Syrah and a Shiraz are the same grape. So why two different names for the same grape?
Exactly. Well, this is Australian. And for some reason, and there's lots of legends, the Australians began calling their Syrah-based wines Shiraz.
Okay.
Don't know exactly why.
Well, what's the distinction between the two? Where do you draw the line?
Well, people feel it's legitimate that they do this because they make such a different wine than the classic Syrah, which comes from the northern Rhone Valley of France.
Okay.
If they labeled it Syrah, ooh, wow.
Yeah.
That nose just comes right at you.
Yep.
Very, very super ripe fruit. This is very much different than the wine, than the Syrah grown in its homeland of the northern Rhone Valley.
Okay, so Syrah would be a lighter, not quite as bold as this?
No,
or
it's
is
just
it
as
darker?
bold, just
Okay.
as intense, but it has a more earthy flavor. Some people almost say it tastes gamey, whereas the Australian version, it's very succulent, very, very ripe fruit. And the Australians, although they like big, rich wines, don't like their wines to bite. And a lot of the French wines have a lot of tannin in them, but this wine has a lot of that super ripe, sun-ripened, juicy, fruity, moderate tannin. Now, there's a lot of tannins in there, but they're moderated.
Is that because it's grown in a warmer region of Australia?
Well, all of Australia is kind of hot and dry, and most of the grapes get very, very ripe. And the way the Australians make the wine, they look for wines with the grapes that are very ripe, where the tannins have softened out some. And so the wine, big and rich, it's got structure, but it won't bite.
Yeah, this definitely, the tannins have softened out. I initially thought when I was going to taste this that I was going to get hit just smack dab in the back of the tongue, full of tannins, but this one actually it smooths out at the finish.
I like that fruity kind of a taste with pork, because pork is very sweet meat.
Okay.
And a wine that's accentuating the fruitiness of the grape is what I like with pork.
Well, I appreciate it, Aris. I'll take your advice. We'll pair the Shiraz with our dumplings.
You will
And
not be
I got to
disappointed.
get back to them and finish up my dumplings when Carolina Cooking continues. Yeah, I really expect that.
The Carolina Cooking Cookbook is in stores now. You can find the secret recipes of the best chefs in the Carolinas, all in one book, the Carolina Cooking Cookbook. Find the Carolina Cooking Cookbook in Barnes & Noble, Target, Borders Books, Amazon.com, and our website, carolinacooking.tv. That's right, carolinacooking.tv. All the recipes you've seen on the show, wine pairings, advice from the chefs, and Tom. Get the secret recipes of the best chefs in the Carolinas in the Carolina Cooking Cookbook.
Welcome back to Carolina Cooking. I'm learning here from Chef Charlie Deal from Jujubee. And we have finished pan frying up our dumplings here. Those look good. And we also have steamed our other dumplings, and I'm sure you can tell which one is mine. Yeah, not quite as good as yours, Chef. So you still have you still have to teach me one more thing. We're doing a cucumber salad here, right?
So yeah, little quick pickled cucumbers, and we're gonna take a little fish sauce.
Okay.
Oh, that's right. That's your job, isn't it?
Yeah, well,
we got enough of that.
all right.
Now about half of that rice vinegar.
Half the rice vinegar.
There you go. About the same amount of sweet chili sauce.
Sweet chili. Is this going to be hot?
Just barely. It's a little hot. It's kind of like jalapeno jelly kind of hot.
It is nice and good. It is like
It's sweet
it's
and
like
hot.
chili. Yeah,
How about that?
I like that.
There you go.
All of it or just part of
About
it?
half of that.
Half
there
of
you
it.
go.
Okay.
Now let's go ahead and add all that mint and maybe about half that cilantro.
All the mint, cilantro here.
About half of that. There you
There
go.
we go. I
And
can
then-
get some back.
And then
There we go.
squeeze that whole lime in there.
The whole lime or half a lime here.
All the lime
Watch
we have
your
before
eyes.
us.
Watch your eyes.
And
There
give that
we
a
go.
quick toss with your hands.
No, I'm going to use a spoon,
okay.
you know, because we're trying to. At my house, I would probably just stick my hands in there, but you may actually eat a
Well,
cucumber.
why start now?
Well, the crew's been complaining because their cucumbers came
All right,
out.
and so now you just go ahead and put that right in the dish.
All right. Right there.
And that could sit for, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, a half hour even, and it just kind of gets better and better. The cucumbers break
I'm
down.
going to leave some of the cucumbers there.
There you go.
All right, so that's our middle one, and now we have some of the. I'm going to use just 3 of these right here, because I'm going to use the 3 good-looking ones, and we'll save the other one, and that goes there, correct?
Yeah.
And then
There
our
you go.
fried wontons here.
Little garnish, some thinly sliced scallions. Now we're going to make a little dipping sauce for the dumplings.
Okay.
Which is some of our rice vinegar.
All right. Just put that in there.
Indeed, exactly.
All right.
That's rice vinegar, about equal parts that and soy sauce.
All right.
And then, no, this is the
gotcha.
ground chili garlic sauce. And everyone can put as much as they like of that, about that much, maybe about half part of that. And then you're dipping and
Our
eating.
dipping sauce is good. Well, this looks incredible right here. If you want to find out more about our recipes, our wine, our chef here, Charlie Deal, or the restaurant, visit our website at www.carolinacooking.tv. I'm Tom Zelenka here with Chef Charlie Deal, and that's Carolina Cooking.
You like it?
Very good.
Go to carolinacooking.tv for the recipes featured on this show. Plus, on carolinacooking.tv, you'll find more information on the wines, chefs, and foods of Carolina Cooking. That's carolinacooking.tv.